Okay, and it looks like we do have a quorum. So I do appreciate everybody for showing up. We've got a quorum, but also too, some of our members do have to leave early. Some may be arriving late. I know that Karen possibly will be arriving late. And Ken, you need to leave before um, before 11, is it?
No, I have to leave at 10:30.
That's what I mean. Okay. All right. So let's get moving. All right. Let me quickly read the remote participation section with regards to COVID. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Governor Baker issued an emergency order temporarily suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Public bodies otherwise governed by the OML are temporarily relieved from the requirements that meetings be held in public places, open and physically accessible to the public, so as long as measures are taken to ensure public access to the body's deliberation through adequate and alternative means. This meeting will be broadcast live on Channel 8 and on Zoom. The public may participate remotely by following the call-in information on the bottom of the live broadcast screen. For Zoom meeting information relating to remote participation, please contact Cindy Knox, IT Director at cnox@ayer.ma.us, or call 978-772-8220, extension 123. Or Alicia Hershey, Community Development Program Manager at ahershey@ayer.ma.us, or call 978-772-8220, extension 142 prior to the meeting. Can I have the members introduce themselves, please?
Ken Diskin.
Ron
Okay.
Morrison.
All right, Janet Providacus, Chair, and we have Alicia as well from the Community and Economic Development Office. Thank you. All right, we do have the agenda. Everybody okay with the agenda? Is there any additions, corrections?
I'm good.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve that agenda?
Motion
So-
to approve.
Second.
All right, and all in favor?
Aye.
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 You got it. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and have everybody, hopefully you've read the minutes for March 19th, 2021. Does anybody see any issue with the minutes? I know I only have one where the environment justice designation. If we're going to post the minutes, Alicia, where it says please see attached Ayer EJ map, we have to make sure that we do attach the map.
I'm sorry. I haven't been able to get it from Alan because he's been out. So I will attach it before I post them.
Okay,
So
that'd be good. And I think that would be great, with it being part of it.
yeah,
All right, so does anybody have any other issues with the minutes?
No, I read them. I thought they were good.
Okay. Ron?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, can I hear a motion to accept the minutes as written, knowing that that map will be attached?
Good, Ken.
I moved that the minutes of March 19th of the Ayer Affordable Housing Committee be accepted as presented, pending the
Second.
attachment of the a justice map, environmental justice map of the town.
Second.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, that sounds great. Okay, I'm going to take time. I know I have not received any type of email. Alicia, have you received anything from the public?
no,
for-
I haven't. No, I haven't.
All right, and I don't
Oh.
believe, go ahead.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Okay,
I just had to remember there for a moment.
Mhm.
Jim O'Connor, or is it Jim O'Connor, who's running for moderator, wanted to let everybody know that there was going to be a vote for moderator, and he was hoping that if we had any presentation, we would share it with him in case he should be voted in temporary moderator for this upcoming town meeting.
okay, well, all right, we'll be talking about the presentation anyways. I did get the approval from town manager to go ahead and have the presentation once the committee here reviews it and such. He does want it to be kept like to 5 minutes, as well as they do want it to be posted as they're sending out broadcasts for each one of the article warrants. They would like it to be attached to when that broadcast is made. So it will be available prior to the town meeting.
Okay, good.
Okay, so that answers Jim's concern. I didn't know if there's anybody online now who has a question. Remember that if you do have any type of questions about the Affordable Housing Committee, you can get in touch with Alicia or myself. We both are in the Ayer email system, and you can give a call over to Town Hall to ask Alicia a direct question. And I read the phone number and such with that earlier. So we always look for any type of feedback just to make sure that we are on the right track. So thank you. All right, moving along, I've got the Springtown meeting where we're going to be, like I say, currently right now, talking about it's going to happen on April 26th at 7 p.m. over at the high school. There will be the COVID protocols, so there will be specific seating and such. So I wanted to make sure people were aware that that's what's going to end up happening. I do have a copy the warrant has already been published online, so everybody should be able to get a copy of that on the Ayer website. Then we will be, our bylaw is Article 28. And with that, the town will be voting on the whole bylaw, and it is printed within the warrant itself. So, so with that, there was only one other addition that was made, putting in the date of July 1st, where it said town manager would go ahead and be able to put in that time, and it's for the annual report, that it's going to be submitted by July 1st. And other than that, it is what we pretty much have voted on, and I think it looks pretty good. Anybody have any questions or anything with regards to that town warrant?
The warrant again just is specifically the housing trust bylaws,
Yes,
Ayer Affordable Housing Trust bylaws.
correct.
Thank you.
And like I say, it's there verbatim. All right, and I didn't think we needed to, again, it's available online, so I didn't think we need to go ahead and go through it.
You've done it many, many times.
Exactly, that's what I thought, so. All right, what I'd like to do next, though, is I'm going to, can everybody see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see, come on. It's pretty much the same format as what I did for the public and the public information sessions, because I wanted to try to keep things consistent. I don't know whether or not it does need to have pictures, because sometimes pictures do say a lot.
Pictures are nice.
I know, okay. So add pictures. Pretty much I was thinking of taking them from the housing production plan, those
Yeah.
photos that are there, because that will also too keep some sort of consistency.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just gonna go through it. All right, where, again, I want to reiterate to the town, thank you for starting the Affordable Housing Trust itself during the last town meeting where they approved it. Again, background of how did we arrive here and such, and then the bylaw basics of what the town will be voting on tonight. I didn't know, like I say, I know Robert wants to try to keep it, down to about 5 minutes. But I thought this would be still good of showing on how, we started with the master plan. We did a lot of work in 2019. We got the town approval for the housing trust as well as CPA funds. And then in this year, we've get the housing production plan that's sent to the state as well as voting tonight on the bylaws. So it shows,
I got a suggestion for you.
please go ahead.
I'm not sure too many people understand the acronyms, the MRPC and the MHP.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's, and I'll go to Alicia for this one for her thoughts, but just sitting here, I was wondering if it would say open dialogue with regional and state housing agencies rather than the acronyms. Like people in the audience might just understand it better if you just say, open discussion, open dialogue with regional and state housing authorities and agencies rather than the acronyms. And because someone's going to ask, what's the MRPC? And it just might be enough information for people to know. I don't know if anyone else has a thought. Just trying to make it simple.
What about a page somewhere at maybe like an index at the back or something, which, because there's a lot of those throughout the whole thing, even CPA. I mean, some people probably don't even know what that is.
Yeah, we might have to leave the CPA because that's a local town, I'm just thinking for Janet's presentation at town meeting. Simple. It may go, it works for us that way, but it may not, they may not understand the dialogue that you really had, I guess, just because of the acronyms. I don't know. Just a thought.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. In other words, just an explanation sheet, like a
Yeah.
definition sheet,
Okay,
like we were
Unfortunately,
teaching.
a lot of it's gonna be electronic, so they might not be, they're only gonna see it flashed up on the screen. Or are we
Yeah.
gonna hand it out? Are we gonna
Oh, I
hand
see.
it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about handing anything out.
Oh, okay, then that won't work.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually like Ken's idea because they'll understand regional state housing. What did you say, Ken?
yeah, just regional and state housing agencies or authorities,
Okay,
Okay,
rather than the acronyms. And then, I have trouble figuring out who the mass housing MHP is,
yeah, I always have trouble with CHAPA. And, so this way here, it includes all three. And I think that works out well. And Ron, if you think with CPA funds, I'll definitely be talking, community preservation anyways, because Article, I don't know, 21 or something like that is the CPA disbursements. So with that, I'll be standing up there to say thank you for the 3% surcharge increase. So
why not just change it to community preservation funds instead of CPA? Just put the whole,
okay,
just the real word in there.
all right.
I think that makes it easier to understand, Ron, don't you? If you put the,
One would think, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, one would think. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, is this okay, like say to have all this, on the slide? Just
Yeah.
so that people know we do have a method to our madness.
I think you want to show them the steps, just like you've got it there.
Okay. All right. So I've got those two additions and then, whoops, wrong direction. Okay. Then again, the purpose of the housing trust, it just reiterates the wording, again, for being the creation and preservation of affordable housing and air. It gets it back into the public's eye. And then a review of the Board of Trustees. As I'm doing this now in front of you guys, I think I may shift things around. I'll tell you why. The purpose in the Board of Trustees is part of the bylaw. So if I go ahead and the bylaw you're voting tonight is one of the last slides. Well, this gives information beforehand. Okay. Again, I'm just thinking out loud. This gives a little more information so that when I start talking about the bylaws, they already have this presented to them, that it's a 7-member board. We've got 4 that are sort of like requested positions, the select board, planning board, Community Preservation and the Air Affordable Housing Committee members. So those are 4. So that gives us 3 at-large members. And
I
then
think you need to, don't you need to put like on the second line, start out with 1 each or something like that? So 1 each select board, planning community,
what I could do, a member from each.
just
Yeah, member from. 1 member from.
1 member from each of these, or something like that.
Respectfully. Okay, so really what we have open are 3 at-large members. And they're going to get appointed by the select board after consulting with the Affordable Housing Committee. I use the same wording that's in the bylaw,
Yes,
right? Meets no less than 4 times a year. It's going to hold public forums to keep public informed, and then the ultimate decisions for requests. That helps reiterate the autonomy of the group. And then still the tentative schedule. We have, I mean, I want to keep reiterating, that we are being as transparent as possible. We had the public information sessions, the town council review, another session, town warrant, town meeting, and then it's going to get passed. Once it gets passed, it has to be sent to town and state.
this may be the most information anyone's ever got on what's going on in the town.
Well, you know what? I tell you, I'd like to be
Which
kept
is
on
good,
it.
which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, because hopefully this sets the bar. I'll say it that way. How's that?
I don't know if this is the place, this document is the place for this, but I find that the public has no clue what affordable housing, how to qualify. In other words, the amounts, how much you have to earn and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh, I know,
mean-
that's why we need to have like a public information session just about on how so many people here that live in town can qualify.
Right, about 3/4 of the population can probably qualify, so.
Correct.
You
No,
know,
you're right. And I think this
make it
is,
easier to pass things if they feel they're actually part of, they're actually giving themselves an opportunity.
So
Well-
what about if we did just a handout, a 1-page handout with what is affordable housing for the town meeting that just gives the qualification chart and gives a little blurb and some pretty pictures and things like
I'm-
that.
I'm not on board with that.
Okay,
Is
I
it
wanna-
on the
I want to keep,
brochure?
I want to keep the concentration on the work we did on the trust, form the trust, get it through town meeting, and then take the next step, as an affordable housing committee, get the information out as to what it means. But
okay.
I think if you divert the attention away from the language of the trust and what we're trying to do, you might open it up for a whole lot of questions that get us away from what get the trust done, is what I'm trying to say.
right, because this is, the warrant article is the bylaw. And this is
Right.
what we just want to focus in on the bylaw. But what I can do is say, we will be having the public information sessions as we move forward. Again, as we start accepting applications, they're going to need to know the information about what is affordable housing. How can you, apply? Do you meet the qualifications? All that type of stuff that I think as we progress as a committee and as the Board of Trustees, more of that type of information can be made available via hard copy, via the website and everything else. So I think, Ron, you got a good point there, because it's true. A lot of people don't realize that they can apply for this, that they can, they have that income levels. So with that, I think that's going to be pretty much our next step of, okay, now this is what we need to have, happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
Go ahead, Alicia.
So when I have new housing rehab funds, I often will send out just a postcard to either the area that I'm targeting or the whole town, just saying, hey, we have rehab money. And believe it or not, a lot of people throw away their postcards, but I always get applications from those postcards. So once we know how we're spending our money with the trust, we can do a postcard mailing too, as well as public input sessions.
Okay. All right, that's great. So like I said, I think what I'll just reiterate is like, we are definitely going to have public information sessions to discuss more about affordability and income levels and such. So, okay.
Because
All right,
I want to make sure you understand, I'm not opposed to any of that. I want to do all of that, but I just want to get the trust through the town meeting first.
Mhm.
That's kind of the idea.
Right. And like I say, I want to keep focusing on what the warrant is. That this is
Yeah.
the bylaw. And when we start branching off, I don't want the town moderator yelling at me, saying that it's not, what is the word per whatever,
Pertinent.
pertinent, but there's also another word that they like using. But yeah, it's not pertinent to the warrant. So, all right, so this here gives the trustee selection, the tentative schedule, where currently we've got, I said 10 at-large members, the applicants. I know we have more than that, but we'll talk about that afterwards. We started reviewing the process on March 19th. I can go ahead and correct this, that the interview started April 16th. We'll put in a new date after our meeting today. And then we're planning on giving the select board the list at their May 4th meeting. And then the bylaw you're voting on tonight, pretty much it's just the basics that I wanted to cover, that it's the name and the purpose, the Ayer Affordable Housing Trust. The purpose you already saw on the slide before. So with all regards to the Board of Trustees, what their tenure is, the meetings, the powers that they have, and their acts, how you can make amendments, the funding of this Affordable Housing Trust, that it's a public entity of the town where there will be open meetings, it will be held accountable, does have to do its audits, and has to go through the proper procurement procedures, as well as there's going to be part of an annual report, and that it will be filed as a declaration of trust to the state. I think that pretty much, again, keep it basic. If you want any more information, read the bylaw.
Mhm.
All right. And then, thank you. You have a chance to make a difference in your community with Alicia and my names. That's it.
Perfect.
Okay. So, let's update that for the schedule. And so I'll try to add some photos. And I think that should be it, because I know people want information. So, oops, stop sharing. You don't need to see a black screen. Okay. All right. Anything else? Like I said, I know I'm trying to make sure I monitor the times.
Well, I'd love to talk about the questions before Ken goes.
That, right, exactly. And questions as well as upcoming schedules. Did you guys see the questions? I know that, Ron, I put you on a spot too, because I know you had some great questions. But I got tell us a little more about your background, why you're interested in being on the board. What do you think of the benefits of living in Ayer? I thought that was good from our public, session that we had before. I was trying to get into what do you know about workforce or, affordable housing, just to see if they have any type of background information about it. And then I know some questioning whether or not, if you don't get on the board, would you be interested in becoming a member of Affordable Housing Committee? I don't know whether or not that's right to ask.
One of the, I just read the applications before the meeting, and one of them was talked about the Affordable Housing Committee, not the trust. I thought, and that just could be a misunderstanding, I guess.
Which one was that?
Do you remember?
Now you got me.
That's okay.
I think it was one of the group of 6 that were in one.
Hey, guys, sorry I'm late.
That's okay, no problem.
Roads are really, really, really bad.
I know the town was out during the nighttime, on the main roads, but it started coming down a lot heavier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've slowed down to about 55 through the center right now. I'm looking out the window here.
You and Alan go crazy about that traffic. Me too. I like them to slow down.
Yeah. Well, they could probably put some more Jersey barriers out. Those look nice.
And hopefully we're getting a light at Park Street, which will be good.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
What was that?
Totally awesome.
We're gonna get a light at Park Street.
That an April Fool's joke?
No, but it's a little bit down the road.
Yeah, maybe 5 years.
My mouth is wide open. It's like, okay, Janet. Well, that's going to be awesome. I can't believe, that the
Well,
department.
it's not finalized, but it's
I know.
in the plans.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Oh, okay. To make Park Street more of a park. Okay. I like that. I think it's Pamela Barbario who said I'd make a good candidate for the committee.
Yes, but yeah, I guess I was premature in saying that because that just could be a misunderstanding,
No, I agree. But yeah, she wants to serve as a volunteer on the Air Affordable Housing Committee.
Right.
So when we contact her, we'll just double check. All right.
Do you intend to interview everyone who submitted? Is that the idea?
Well, that's the thing that I want to ask you guys. All right. Do we really need to, first of all, Ken, has the planning board picked a candidate?
No, and I didn't know if we're supposed to do that or not. So we have to, okay, so I'll have to follow up on that, put it on an agenda item somehow.
Okay, yeah, it's either Jeffrey or Jonathan, because then the other one can go ahead and we can put them in as an at-large member and,
Right. Okay.
like that. Okay, I know
So
Colleen.
let me follow up on that just a moment. The expectation for the everyone who's not at large, the expectation is that the committees that they serve on will make the decision for who represents that committee towards the housing trust. Have I got that right?
Correct.
You're shaking your head, yes. So the select board will make their selection of their member. CPC will make the selection of their member, and so on down the line. We'll, as Affordable Housing Committee, will make our selection, and then planning will make their selection. Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I don't think we need to interview those individuals because again, the committees that they are on or the boards that they are on have already done that process or they got the short straw, one or the other. And
Okay.
And I'm,
Can I jump in here, Janet? Sorry. We haven't actually asked this committee if there's anyone who wants to serve on the trust.
Right. And the planning board hasn't asked that either. So I'm gonna have to scoot because I have to go down and see Karen's outfit to get a shot.
okay. All right.
Be very, very careful. It's awful, awful
That's
out
okay.
there.
I've been in snow before a few times.
Oh, okay, fine.
All right. Give
Thank
us,
you very much.
all right.
I can come back later if you want, see if you guys are still meeting. That's what I'll do.
All right. We'll
If
be
you're still
here.
on and I get back, I'll check in.
Okay. Sounds great. Thanks, Ken.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Okay, again, Alicia, we really didn't hit, the questions. And hopefully we can get some of Ken's feedback about the questions.
Yeah.
All right, how about everybody else on the
Well,
ones?
At the interviews, wouldn't we just interview for the 3 at large?
Yeah, but there's going to be at least 9 people.
Oh, I understand that part. So you're asking, do we need to interview all of the people that are eligible for the 3 at large?
Correct.
That's the question.
Yes.
So,
Well,
go ahead.
yeah, I guess. I mean, only because I don't know all of them,
Yeah.
And I might miss some, if I just pick out the ones I know, I might miss somebody that I didn't know who would be good.
Because one thing that I did like about the individuals that have stepped up, we got some nice fresh blood. I don't mean to call it that way, but new individuals that are trying to um, make their way into volunteering in
Yeah,
air.
yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
thought that was great.
yeah, I mean, you don't want to interview 9, let everybody on our committee pick out 4 people that they like on the list and then see who comes up on the list, and there's the ones you interview.
Mm.
Kind of like voting in Cambridge, vote for this person first and this person second, this person third.
Uh, yeah,
Plan E government.
uh-huh. Either that or else, like, we can go ahead and say, if we can take 2 days and separate the group of 9 or 10 between those 2 days, whoever can
Right.
show up. And I just wanted to try to get some standard questions so that each candidate has a chance to answer the same question and
I
see.
agree. I agree with that. I think you should have 2 or 3 standard questions, whatever number you think we need.
Mhm.
And then maybe kind of like a wild card question from somebody, another, but there should be a set of basic questions that are the same for each candidate.
Okay. So like I say, the ones that I sent in the email were, tell us a bit more about your background,
Right?
elaborate why you're interested on being on the board.
Yeah.
What do you think are the benefits of living in air? What do you know about workforce affordable housing? Just to get a sense of like a litmus test, do they know, do they have any type of background? Some of the individuals wrote that they do have background, in affordable housing. Some individuals work for, volunteered for Habitat for Humanity. I think we've got several of them that work for Habitat. It's like, those types of things. But I don't know if there's any other question that you all think that should be asked as being one of the standard questions.
I think those questions are good personally, but I'm not on the committee, so it's your guys' decision.
Excuse me. Is this meeting us or is this meeting broadcast?
Broadcast.
Oh, it's being
Okay.
broadcast. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yep. And the interviews have got to be broadcast as well. They're going to, because with it being Zoomed,
Yeah.
we have to go ahead and it gets taped. So that's why I think it would be great to have a set of, questions and such, so that, again, everybody is treated equally. But the caveat of all that, I still want to say, so great seeing some new names.
Well, I've spoken with you at length on this, and what seems to be happening is we're not getting new blood anywhere. And in order to keep things rolling in this community and growing, we've got to be able to accept the new, even whether we know them or we don't. And some of the ones that have always been involved, maybe it's time that we really did look at new blood and took that leap of faith. For the longest time, everybody wanted to hang on to the good old boys and everybody that's from Ayer. It's not like that anymore. I don't even know half the people in the town that, all the new people. And I'm sure there's some really awesome involved, want to be involved folks, but they're still thinking, well, is it the good old boy system in Ayer? I didn't live here all my life, and ooh, I'm getting to the end of my tenure with what I've done for this town, and I'm concerned that we aren't looking, not just us in general. We need to look at the future, and that's just how I feel. I could be way off base.
Nope.
I don't think so, but those are my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Air's growing, and we need new, fresh, not separate agenda individuals.
And Karen, Yeah, and Karen, just to go ahead and, tell you, I think this is where you're coming from. Air is diverse,
Mhm.
and the board, the way I'm looking at it is needs to be diverse as well. So that you've got, a whole batch of, the new blood, young blood, older, even, older blood and everything else like that, because you can't lose the knowledge as well as
Right.
you need new ideas coming in.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely, spot
Okay.
on, spot
So,
on.
yeah, so I think, again, we need to look at it as being, a diverse group. Am I speaking out of line?
Oh, no,
Okay,
absolutely not.
okay. All right, and so, all right, and I know Ron had to pick up a call, so I think I do like, because again, Ron's the one who said, let's tell us more about your background, because that will go ahead and tell us more on how individuals have worked in other committees, what they've been involved in, what their passions are and such, and try to keep this so that we're looking at, and I think Alicia, last time we talked was like about a 15-minute in total for being an
10 minutes if we could do it, but possibly 15. I
Yeah.
mean, if we could do it in 10, that some people will be very short spoken and some people will be more verbose.
Correct. So like I say, so if we've got, tell us more about your background, why you're interested in being on the board, because really that's, I know that they sent it in their letter of interest, but it's nice to hear it from somebody because it gives them a chance to elaborate a little bit more. What do they think are the benefits of living in Air? It can be good, can be bad, it's a good way to get their sense. And then again, I don't think I'm overstepping by saying, do you really know anything about workforce housing, affordable housing? I don't.
There's not a right or wrong answer for that. That's just, do you have any background in this or don't you?
Mhm.
And, because everybody has to learn, we all are learning things every day.
Yeah,
Can I go back to something though?
sure.
Unless there's someone on this committee currently who wants to serve on the trust, we should be talking possibly about somebody who wants to be on both committee and trust. So I'm going back to you guys and just saying, is there someone who currently is on the trust, on the committee, who wants to serve on the trust as well?
Like I say, I'm withdrawing, I would love to do it. Okay. But again, I just think it's going to be a conflict of interest with me being on the CPC as well as the housing authority and the housing committee here. So I'm going to say not I this time.
So if that's the case, Ron, how about you or Karen?
Well, uh, with Pat on the other list, I don't think it would be fair to have two brokers from the same company, if you will.
Is it one of those things that if Pat gets assigned to the trust, you would not, but if Pat doesn't get assigned to the trust, you might?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need both of us on that committee. It just wouldn't look right.
I understand, but we've got a lot of candidates, so I just want to know that there's a possibility under certain circumstances that you would.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes.
Okay. And Karen, you've got a lot on your plate.
I've got more than you even know after this morning, so I would.
Do we need the question, would you consider serving on the Affordable Housing Committee? On what, as a base question also? Because we've got a spot open on the Affordable Housing Committee.
I would, as long as I didn't have to chair it. But I've got other.
No. She's asking, Karen, it's not the housing board. Okay.
Oh, okay.
all right, she's talking about asking these 10 candidates, all right? Would you ever think about serving on this Affordable Housing Committee?
If they weren't chosen for the trust. Or both.
Or handle both?
My feeling is if we're not going to pick someone or someone isn't going to be chosen for the trust, then there's a reason for that. And to give them the opportunity to come onto the board is kind of, I would leave that question to those who make it to the final
Okay.
interview. I really would.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, I just leave it there. After you go through all the interviews, you see somebody that looks like, well, you know, that person would be good too, then offer it to them, as opposed to upfront asking everybody the same question.
Right.
If I were being interviewed for a position and somebody said, would you be willing to take this other position over here? I'd start thinking I'm not going to make the position that I applied for in the interview.
And also too, you're telling me that it's going to be meeting 4 times a year. This is more going to be than 4 times a year. And
Right.
maybe I don't want to bite off all that, so I'm going to withdraw my name.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we might say, you know, we make the decision that we're gonna put Pat forward. And so you wouldn't be interested in being on the trust. So, and Karen's too busy, and Janet and Ken both have voiced that their concerns about being on it. So we might need to fill a position on the committee, and that person will be on both committee and the trust. And I guess you're saying that should be talked about later on.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because you can do that anytime you want, as opposed,
Okay.
you don't have to do it up front.
Mhm.
Okay, I think that's good.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I mean, and these are, again, recommendation. You know, I mean, it would be nice to have somebody on the Board of Trustees from this committee. We are going to be so involved as well that I mean, you're going to be there, Alicia, you know, on both. Lucky you. I mean, you know, it's like we're going to have our feet in both. So if it doesn't happen, again, it can still happen within, let's say, the 2-year period or something.
And I have no issue, excuse me, if things ever straighten out with my profession, in jumping in and joining that group, the trust. So put that in the, you know, back here, but I've got some major stuff to work through that happened today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. All right. So, all right. So like, this is good. And I think like Ron's saying, if we come up with, you know, the list of 4 individuals, say, okay, or 5 individuals to give, like, I don't know, I mean, how many we really want to give the select board. Right. We have, you know, the 3 openings for the at-large members. Are we want to, you know, just give them 3 names, or do we want to say, okay, here, these are they're in this order, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is like the order. So if they won't select one of the 1, 2, and 3s, at least they know who's our 4th on the list and 5th on the list, that type of thing. And if we have those members, then we can go back to them saying, okay, great, we know you want to keep involved. Do you want to then, you know, also come into the Affordable Housing Committee as well? Is that, because that's what you were saying, Ron?
Well, I don't think it has to be, I don't think I wasn't talking about necessarily the same person on 2 different positions. I'm thinking, let's just say we had 5 finalists finally, okay? And you pick the top 3 for the one committee, and then you now have 4 and 5 remaining. So from those 2, you can choose one and go to them and say, would you like to be, because it's not an elected position. It isn't like they have to be interviewed. I don't
No.
think any of us were interviewed. I don't think. So somebody
I-
just said, would you
Right.
like to be on the committee? That's what it amounted to, I think.
Or you are on the committee.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
or you are on the committee. So that's what I'm saying. So of the two that don't make it, why not just decide between those two who to approach and in what order to approach them? You're gonna go to A first.
Mhm.
He or she says, no, I'm okay, thanks. So you go to B. And then if B says no, now you have to go back to square one. But
Yeah.
I would think out of the two, somebody would say yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think what ends up happening, Ron, is in the bylaws, we're making the recommendation that someone from the Affordable Housing Committee is on the Board of Trusts.
Well, let's cross that bridge when we get there. It might just
Okay.
all fall into place.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it might.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Okay. So with regards to 10 to 15 minutes, I've got four, like I say right now, four standard questions. Tell us a bit more about your background, why you're interested in being on the board, the benefits of living in Ayer, and what do you know about workforce affordable housing? So those are the four basic questions.
Yeah, I'd like to change the beginning of the last question to what's your experience, your past what is your past experience, if any, in affordable housing related to, as opposed to what do you know? What do you know is kind of a harsh, I
Okay.
think, a
And
harsh
bringing
intro.
it to your past experience, bringing it to this trust.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because maybe I volunteered for, cooking breakfast for underprivileged kids or something.
Mm.
Maybe I was a special needs teacher, who knows?
Or
But
maybe they just want to start learning. I mean, everybody starts
Yeah.
somewhere.
as
And there's
opposed to
one,
what do you know? Because that could be a nothing answer. I
yeah.
know nothing. Okay,
Right.
see you.
However,
Yeah.
having said that, what's really wonderful is there are folks in here that could possibly be bringing that to us and want to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Which is,
Okay.
I think, really cool.
All right. So I like that. What type of past experience can you bring to the trust?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I'll change it. Deal. All right. I think that works out pretty good. Now we just want to talk a little bit about schedules. I don't know if Cindy was able to see if we can do a meeting next Wednesday night, Friday morning, trying to do one again on a Friday morning coming up on the 23rd would be difficult because they're going to do a dry run of the town meeting, I believe. So,
So we could possibly, Carly just popped on, but then she popped off
yeah,
again.
I saw that. Yeah.
So my question is whether there's chat here thing coming up. Let me just take a look. The ZBA will be.
Did
We
Cindy,
could start on Wednesday at 7:30.
okay.
Well, it's a late night, but if we just did to 8:30, we could possibly do that.
Okay.
Wednesday, the 21st?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we could possibly do
That works for
Friday,
me.
the 23rd. No, Friday, the 30th. If we needed to. Or,
No, Friday the 30th sounds good. Because again,
Do the whole thing on the 30th?
no, we're gonna need to have two different times. One at nighttime, one during the day. I mean, because I don't know how many
Okay.
people can, I mean, I'll say it this way, unless all of them can make it at that night, then we don't need another one.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
we're gonna need at least to offer two times, not just one.
I gotcha.
so Wednesday, the 21st, 7:30 to 8:30. And then Friday,
Is it, let me ask this. Do we want to try to do 2 nights, or is that going to be difficult for you, Karen?
Depending on what the nights are, looking at my schedule, excuse me. Depending on what those, I mean, the 21st and the 28th are both Wednesdays. Right now, stop it. Sorry, my dog. The 21st and the 28th, both Wednesdays, if you want to hit 2 nights, I mean, it works for me.
But we don't know if Wednesday, the 28th is open.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I can find that out and send you all emails. Do people have a preference between Friday morning on the 30th or Wednesday evening on the 28th?
Doesn't make any difference to me.
How
I
early-
would, I
Sorry.
would think that the candidates might be working during the day.
So, okay,
Yeah.
so let me confirm that, that we can do Wednesday, the 28th. And what time slot? Hey, tell you what, guys, I'm gonna try and confirm that while you guys are talking, okay?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like 7 o'clock. Everybody seems to like those meetings at 7 because it's not too late and it's, again, not too early. I mean, on the 28th, if we need to do it earlier, we could. I'm not working the evening of the 28th, so we could do 6, but I don't know. Ron, that it all depends upon, what you have upcoming.
Well, I mean, usually, I think it doesn't get, it'll be, depends on how light it is outside. When you start getting into 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, people will look at houses, our schedule is 24 hours a day, basically.
Right.
But people tend to not go look at houses in the dark,
Mhm,
Really?
mhm.
and they can't look after 8 o'clock because the lock boxes don't work.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The radio ones don't work. They go
Oh.
from 8 to 8.
That's interesting. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, so then something like 6 o'clock will definitely be light out by the time we hit the end, towards the end of April.
Yeah, I mean, 6 or 7 is okay for me, I think.
7 to 8:30 until both nights and we get them done.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Okay, so, but on Wednesday, the 21st, it's going to start at 7:30 because there's a meeting right before that. And that's the reason why they got to choose 7:30. So we'll look for the hours 7:30 to 8:30, Wednesday, the 21st. And then Alicia's checking to see whether or not we can do 7 o'clock on the 28th.
I just sent an email to Cindy, but she might be busy. I can send another email down to Carly too, so hold on.
So what do you look, are you thinking what, 10, 15 minutes each, or?
Correct.
So you'd have maybe, you have to have a little time in between, so that would probably be 3 on the 21st and the remaining ones on the 28th.
Yeah, 3 or 4 on the 21st. Mhm.
Some might be as little as 7 minutes. Some people, when
No,
they
I
come,
understand, yeah.
yeah. I get a question beyond this. So once we have the interviews, supposedly everything's happening in open session. And so how do we all write like our first 3 or 4 people that, and I don't get to vote on it. Do you guys all write it down and kind of do it on a ballot type thing? Do you guys to have a discussion about it? How do you think it happens?
Well, that's why I said that it would be great if we had some sort of, point scale or whatever, but it's like a ballot anyways, this one here, shined in my eyes, that these are my top 3, and these are my top 5, and put them in order. I think that would work out well. What do you,
And is the discussion in, I don't know, do we have executive session? I mean, how does that work?
Janet and I went through this with under the open meeting law for this type of appointment, there is not executive session, which is a little bit hard.
So we'd have to, so the discussion actually would be broadcast?
Correct.
That's cool.
I don't think it's cool.
Mhm. So that's why I said, it would be good to say, pretty much, these are my top 5. And, and not go, in too deep.
Maybe people can send an email to Janet, with their top 5 or in order or something like that. And
Mhm. And then do it like a ballot and say, okay, this one here received this many votes, but I mean, even if we speak of, these are my top 5, and
Maybe you should ask town council how to do it.
you know what, and because we did hear back from Robert, but because again,
I mean, I guess a ballot would be okay, no? And no discussion, I guess,
pretty,
maybe.
yeah, pretty
well,
much.
maybe we could have discussion. I'm sorry, I'm typing so I can't see your pictures while I'm doing this.
Oh, we can make funny faces.
But there, hold on. But could we have open discussion where people say, hey, I really like this answer, or this sounded very interesting, and then just go to have everybody just write them?
Yeah, I
On a
suppose you could do that, yeah.
I mean, like I say, you just have to be careful with the open meeting laws. That's all. With regards to any type of emails and such. But again, if I go ahead and I say, these 3 are my top choices, there's reason behind it, and I don't know whether or not we all need to really go that far into the reasons why. All right, let's see if we can find other stuff out, Ron. Okay, but right now as it stands, it's all got to be open meeting law and open discussion, and that's why I was trying to figure out ways that we can do some sort of weighted scale. This one here received, 5 out of 5 points, or this one here only received 3 out of 5 points.
Yeah, and then add all the points up, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the idea.
Karen's saying no.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Points are like there's right answers and wrong answers, and I don't think there's right answers and wrong answers. And I think we've got 10 great people who have applied, and
Mhm.
any of them probably can do a good job of it.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And that's the whole thing. It's going to be difficult to pick them in a ranking order. But they've got to have some sort of weight to put them in a ranking order. One, is it going to bring diversity to the group? Is it going to go ahead? Does this individual have experience? Does this individual see are there good benefits of living in there? What are what do they think about? So there's going to be a weight scale in your decision.
I kind of like the idea that usually when you have a committee, you never have anybody that's even volunteering. Here we have 10 people want 3 positions.
Exactly.
I know.
Oh my.
I know. That's why it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be tough. So, all right. I think the best thing to do is, like I say, we'll have the interviews, the questions and answers. Everybody can hear what, the answers, like I say, keep the questions the same. Everybody listens to what the answers are. And then afterwards, it's like, all right, my top 5, individuals out of this are such and such. And then we move forward. And I think that would work out the best.
I'm assuming that the the 3 or 4 candidates for each night, they're coming in one at a time in this Zoom meeting, right?
Well,
It's an open meeting.
Really? Okay, so they
No, we
could be
can-
sitting in the background.
yeah, but
Okay.
we could, however, no, hold on a second though.
So
It's
they're
an-
gonna know,
Yeah, but I mean, I thought we,
so they're gonna know the questions so the last guy's gonna know all the questions ahead of time and be thinking of some really good answers. That's what I'd be doing.
oh, yeah, for sure. It's like, I definitely know the answer to Jeopardy.
So we can submit the questions to everybody before they come.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I
do
think
that.
that would be, yeah, that would be a good idea. And what, I mean, what we could do is we can find out if the individual can be let in by Cindy
Oh,
Yeah.
kept in the waiting room.
and kept in a waiting room until it's their turn.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I just heard back from Carly, the
Oh.
28th is available.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, actually, what I can do is make you a co-host and you can let people in as you want them. Or I could do it. Either
Okay.
way. But they can sit in the waiting room.
All right, and so really, the only way that they're going to hear other candidates is if they're watching Channel 8
Or streaming.
all right, or streaming. Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday is available.
The
The
28th?
28th, yes.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
What time, Alicia?
What time are you guys deciding?
Did we say
7.
7?
We'll say 7 to 8:30.
Correct.
Are we gonna try and decide that night?
Yes.
Okay,
And if we can't, then we can't. But I think we should try to decide that night.
Mhm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, how we doing? How we doing on time? All right. So I think I will resend the questions, making sure everybody gives the thumbs up on it. And then we will send it out to the candidates asking, can they show up for an interview Wednesday between 7:30 and 8:30, or Wednesday the 28th between 7 and 8:30.
7 and 8:15, so we can do the other
Right.
part.
Well, okay. Let's, yeah, 8:15. Because I was gonna say, we could do an hour, 7 to 8.
Hmm.
And like I say, we can keep them definitely at 10 minutes. And that will give us 30 minutes. Breathing room. If we need more, we need, we need more. Let's make it 7 to 8. And if someone, okay? And if we need it, that'd be good. All right, I'm trying to find my, here. Okay. So I will send this list, the list of questions out again. Once we get those all, thumbs up on, like I say, we've got the 4. And then we will send those out to the 10 individuals. So they have the questions beforehand and sign up for one of the 2 days.
Mhm.
So I think that works out well. Okay. All right, that's good. Quick question. Have you heard back from Ken at all about Betsy? Did we get an application from Betsy? Okay. All right, I haven't either. So that's one thing that I was going to try to follow up with him. Because I didn't hear from Betsy or Kevin Hogan. And like I said, I haven't heard anything back. I left a message for Connie Sullivan and I left a message for Nick. So,
We're good. I think we have so many new.
oh yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, it's like,
Good shape.
yeah, I think so. All right, one of the other things that I wanted people to know is I did update. Are we done on interviews? Are we all set? All right, because I just want to move on for I'm going to say /old/new business. I did a annual report statement for the town annual report. And I should probably, I'll go ahead and I'll send that to all, but it was more of talking about what the 2020 achievements were and then the future goals, you know, of the housing production plan, getting the board of trustees up and going and such. So I'll send that to you all. But I did sneak it right into when it was due for this and for Community Preservation Committee. But it's same verbiage almost as last year's, just with everything shifting from what we had for future goals, moving it to those what we got accomplished in 2020, in 2020, and then what's going to happen in into infinity and beyond, and such. So I thought that was good. So I'll send that all to you all. All right. I realized that I didn't say anything that it had to be done at our March meeting. All right. That's all that I have. Does anybody else have anything else? No. Yes, Alicia.
Just the email that I sent you this morning. I just wanted everybody to know when the Housing Institute was going to be. You do not have to go. It's always very interesting. This time it's going to be 3 Thursdays for the month of June. I know I'm not going to be available one of those Thursdays, but if anybody wants, I'll pay the fees for anybody to go and sign, and I'll sign you up. And you don't have to get back to me like tomorrow or anything like that. I can sign you up through May. So just, you might want to read about it and see if it interests you and see if you have time. And I'll double check and see if we have to sign up for all of them. We might be able to sign up per day too. So
I'd be very interested. I took a quick look at it before I joined you guys. But the more knowledge I can gather, the more helpful I can be. And that's how I feel. I just feel I need to start absorbing more. And I've got to find time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
To do this job. So I would be very interested.
And if we have the trust set up, I'm going to really ask the trust members to consider going, because you guys have all participated before in some of this. But so new trust members, I might really step up. And we keep paying for these things out of our budgets here, and we'll continue to pay for them as long as we have money and everything like that. But I think it's so important to give everybody the opportunity to go to anything they want. It really helps on education.
Oh, I agree, definitely.
Absolutely.
And also too, I know that Shelley said that, you know, when we get the trust up and going, you know, she'd be willing to come in again and talk to the members so that we can have the committee and the trust, the board of trustees get together and really nail down some things. So I think, and hopefully, you know, with town hall partially opening up to appointments and whatever, you know, by the time everything settles, maybe by later on in the summer, we might be able to have in-person meetings.
I don't know if I told you guys this, but the last time we talked to the people who are thinking about a 40B, they said one of the things they wanted to do was bring it to the committee, but that's something where if they do bring it forward to the Affordable Housing Committee and we have a trust in place, we'll do a joint and have them bring it to both groups.
Yeah.
So that's another one that's hopefully coming up. We haven't heard anything recently on this, but there's a lot of ducks you have to put in the row before you go forward.
All right, no, that sounds great. So like I say, we're moving right along, and I think this, you know, again, this. Thank you very much, guys. You know, it's a great group, so I do appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you, Janet. Seriously.
Hey, like I say, it's all.
All of us, but
Thank you, Alicia.
yes, Alicia.
All right, so.
Sorry, Ken, I love you too. And Ron.
Yeah, that's right. You know, make sure, because when Ken rewinds this, he'll go ahead and see. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So is there anything else for old or new business?
I'm just very glad I was able to get here.
Same here, all right, because again, it's always good to get your feedback. And always good to see your smiling face as well.
Thanks.
All right, keep it going. All right, then if there's nothing else, like I say, I know I've got to put some pictures on the stuff and clean up a little bit, as well as get those questions out to you all. And those will be my to-dos, so you should be receiving them hopefully later on today. And if there's nothing else, can I hear a motion to adjourn?
I have a question before we adjourn.
Oh, I'll go for it.
In reference to the town meeting, would you like us as a committee to be sitting together in case there are questions and you need to, I don't know what's going to get thrown out at you with a presentation, or am I just,
I mean, you know, again, we can semi sit together, but again, with COVID protocols and such.
right?
All right, you know, you're going to be able to sit next to Danny and
Yay!
so
Okay.
yeah,
I hear you.
okay, I think we'll be fine because I can only talk for about 5 minutes. That's what Robert said, you know,
Yeah.
with regards to the presentation. So we'll just do it that way. And if I need you, I'll yell for you, I promise. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll have you guys stand up. How's that sound?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's go ahead. Let me introduce the committee to you guys. So, all right. Okay, that's it for the question. Then how about the motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 11:11.
Ron, you're on mute, but I think you said you seconded. All right. Okay, Ron seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, then we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. And again, I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. Thank you so much.